когда я с ними иногда говорю, я по телефону с некоторыми, и по телефону говорил напрямую, с ребятами прям. Но, во всяком случае, я говорил с теми, кто меня даже удивлял своим настроением, своим отношением к делу. Они не ожидали этих звонков от меня. Тоже через маму, кстати говоря, эти звонки были. Вот. Дает мне полное основание говорить о том, что они герои. Это правда. Тех из вас, кто присутствует здесь и кто потерял своего сына, то, конечно, это связано и с мыслями об этой трагедии. В этой связи хочу сказать, что, знаете, язык не поворачивается говорить о каких-то формальных стандартах вещей, связанных с выражением соболезнования, но хочу, чтобы вы знали, и я лично, все руководство страны, мы разделяем эту боль, понимаем, что ничего не может заменить утраты сына, утраты ребенка, особенно для мамы, которой мы обязаны все появлением на свет, которая вынашивала его, выкармливала. Но хочу, чтобы вы знали, что мы эту боль с вами разделяем. И, конечно, будем делать все для того, чтобы не чувствовали себя забытыми.
Ukraine war. Putin tells Russian soldiers' mothers he shares their pain. Like the video and subscribe. We will continue to bring you hot news every day. And quote, we share your pain, and quote. Russian President Vladimir Putin has told a group of mothers of Russian soldiers who have been fighting, and some of whom have been killed, in Ukraine. And quote, nothing can replace the loss of a son, and quote, he said in his opening remarks, shown on Russian state media. Several of the mothers are members of pro-Kremlin movements. Critics say they were carefully chosen for the meeting. Within Russia, opposition to his invasion of Ukraine has been growing. Across the country, groups of mothers of serving soldiers have been openly complaining that their sons are being sent into battle poorly trained and without adequate weapons and clothing, especially as the bitterly cold winter sets in. Some have also accused the Russian military of turning those forcefully deployed into and quote, cannon fodder, and quote, following a string of heavy military defeats in recent months. Around 100,000 Russian and 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed or injured since the war began on the 24th of February, according to the most senior U.S. general, Mark Milley. In a rare admission, the Kremlin said in September that mistakes had been made in its drive to mobilize army reservists. What is Vladimir Putin thinking and planning? At Friday's meeting at his state residence near Moscow, Mr. Putin was shown sitting at a large table with a group of 17 mothers. Some of them wore dark headscarves, a symbol of mourning. And quote, I want you to know that I personally and all the leadership of the country, we share this pain, end quote, the president said. He told one mother her son had, end quote, achieved his goal, end quote, and, end quote, didn't die in vain, end quote. Mr. Putin said he wanted to meet the mothers face to face to hear from them firsthand about the situation on the ground, and he revealed that from time to time he was speaking directly to Russian soldiers on the battlefield, describing them as, end quote, heroes, end quote. The president also urged the women not to believe, end quote, fakes, end quote, and, end quote, lies, end quote, about the raging war on TV or the internet. While getting balanced news on the situation in Ukraine is difficult in Russia because of the Kremlin's control over the media, many people have turned to using virtual private networks, VPNs, to bypass the censorship. In a transcript of the meeting released by the Kremlin hours later, several of the women were identified as being part of pro-Putin movements. The women were from different parts of Russia, it said, with at least one from the self-proclaimed Luhansk People's Republic in eastern Ukraine, which Moscow declared annexed earlier this year. A member of the Kremlin-backed All-Russian Popular Front was also there, as well as a participant of the Combat Brotherhood organization, which collects humanitarian aid for Russian soldiers. A lawmaker from the governing United Russia Party was also at the meeting, according to some opposition media outlets. In recent weeks, mothers and wives of Russians drafted into the army have been posting collective video messages complaining about how their sons and husbands have been sent off to war untrained and ill-equipped. Some women have been appealing directly to President Putin, the commander-in-chief, to sort things out. The Putin meets mothers event seems to be an attempt by the Kremlin to convince Russians that their president cares about the soldiers he's sending into battle, as well as their families. We understand nothing can replace the loss of a son, a child, Mr. Putin said. Especially for a mother, to whom we are all indebted for bringing this child into the world, considering the scale of death and destruction in Ukraine from Russia's invasion. These words are certain to infuriate Ukrainians. Mr. Putin tried to come across as a caring Kremlin leader. But keep in mind, it was his decision to invade Ukraine. The special military operation is his idea. And in public, at least, he has no regrets. He told one mother, some people die of vodka, and their lives go unnoticed. But your son really lived and achieved his goal. He didn't die in vain. On Friday, President Putin declared that life is more complicated than what they show on TV or even on the internet. I'd agree with him about television in Russia, which continues to portray the Kremlin's parallel reality of events in Ukraine. We hope the video was useful to you. Like the video and subscribe. We will continue to bring you hot news every day.